Aircraft pitot-static systems. Aircraft instruments which are part of pitot-static system use air pressure differences to determine speed and altitude. Pitot-static flight instruments. The pitot-static system is a combined system that utilizes the static air pressure and the dynamic pressure due to the motion of the aircraft through the air. These combined pressures are utilized for the operation of the airspeed indicator ASI, altimeter and vertical speed indicator VSI. In this diagram, we are showing pitot-static system and instruments. The same diagram but little bigger in size for your convenience and reference. In this diagram, you can see the three instruments: airspeed indicator, vertical speed indicator and altimeter. Altimeter and vertical speed indicator are connected with static port only, but the airspeed indicator is connected with static port as well as pitot tube. Request. It is hoped that this session is going to be useful to you. Please press like button. Please subscribe this channel. कुछ समय पश्चात यह लेक्चर हिंदी में भी उपलब्ध होगा. This is the construction diagram of an altimeter. In this diagram, you can see a stack of aneroid capsules, and here you can see the static port. Through the static port, the chamber of this altimeter gets the static pressure. The meter here indicates the difference of pressure between this stack of capsules and the static pressure, which is connected with the static port. The altimeter shows the aircraft's altitude above sea level by measuring the difference between the pressure in a stack of aneroid capsules inside the altimeter and the atmospheric pressure obtained through the static system. The most common unit for altimeter calibration worldwide is hectopascals, except for North America and Japan, where inches of mercury are used. The altimeter is adjustable for local barometric pressure, which must be set correctly to obtain accurate altitude readings, usually in either feet or meters. As the aircraft ascends, the capsules expand and the static pressure drops, causing the altimeter to indicate a higher altitude. The opposite effect occurs when descending. With the advancement in aviation and increased altitude ceiling, the altimeter dial had to be altered for use both at higher and lower altitudes. Hence, when the needles were indicating lower altitudes, that is, the first 360-degree operation of the pointers was delineated by the appearance of a small window with oblique lines warning the pilot that he or she is nearer to the ground. This modification was introduced in the early 60s after the recurrence of air accidents caused by the confusion in the pilot's mind. At higher altitudes, the window will disappear. Airspeed indicator ASI. This diagram shows the construction feature of the airspeed indicator. Here we can see a diaphragm capsule which is connected with the pitot tube, that is pitot pressure, and the chamber of the airspeed indicator is connected with the static air line. The airspeed indicator shows the aircraft's speed relative to the surrounding air. Knots is the currently most used unit, but kilometers per hour is sometimes used instead. The airspeed indicator works by measuring the ram air pressure in the aircraft's pitot tube relative to the ambient static pressure. The indicated airspeed must be corrected for non-standard pressure and temperature in order to obtain the true airspeed. The instrument is color-coded to indicate important airspeeds such as the stall speed, never exceed airspeed, or safe flap operation speeds. Vertical speed indicator. This diagram shows the construction feature of a vertical speed indicator. In this diagram you can see the capsule diaphragm which is connected directly with the direct static pressure. The chamber is having a calibrated leak connection. The VSI, also sometimes called a variometer or rate of climb indicator, senses changing air pressure and displays that information to the pilot as a rate of climb or descent in feet per minute or meters per second or knots. Request: it is hoped that this session was useful to you. Please press like button. Please subscribe this channel. कुछ समय पश्चात यह लेक्चर हिंदी में भी उपलब्ध किया जाएगा।